said, got high blocks coming in afterwards, which is cool. Got some new updates, some things I've been working on to just play around with and try and get even better strategies for everybody. Just moving these blooming windows over here so they're out of the way so everybody can't see them on top of everything. Right, okay. As always, not in the slightest a trading guru. Welcome to a AMA session I do once a week. I wasn't here last week, unfortunately, but I do generally try to do them once a week to answer any questions and go through the updates. A couple of things that I'm working on at the moment to try and find better strategies and try and find some indicators and things like that. Welcome to everybody who's just joined. Welcome to anybody who's coming back, as always. Thanks for joining me once a week. Like I said, if you have any questions at any time, please don't hesitate to ask. I'm here to answer the questions, go through any questions you may have, whether it's to do with the optimizer, to do with the group, whether it's to do with trading, anything that I can help with, I will help with to the best of my ability. Right, so today I have a couple of updates. We have updates coming for Trigger Trade, which I'll go through very, very briefly because literally all it is adding, trying to add some of the features. William's been doing a couple of updates for Trigger Trade, trying to get it to work with things like the margin. We'll do videos more explaining how margin, the hashtag margin works, setting up the placeholders and things like that. He posted one, I believe, today. Is that right, William? No, yep. Yeah, which helps make things a little bit easier. He's going to do some more videos so that he's goes through everything and make things a little bit easier for everybody. So, like I said, I won't go spend too much time on it. We've got high block coming in an hour, so I'll try not to go over on their time. Things like Telegram and all of that still working as should. We're adding extra features. I've also looked at how to try and code things like trading stop losses using the actual exchanges instead of a trigger from TradingView. I'll keep you updated on that. I'm not sure how possible it is, but something that I'm trying to find a solution for so that we can add things like trading stop losses and things like that to Trigger Trade. Obviously, there are alternatives that work perfectly fine with the DaviddTech indicators like Alertatron. There's also Alertatron, Wonderbit, and also Jake's product, which was, I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me for a second now. I'll post it in the chat afterwards. TradeLab AI, that was it. TradeLab AI, who does also the same sort of thing. So you can use all of those with DaviddTech. We're looking to set up. I'll go back very quickly. I'm looking to try and set up the signals that I've got for without becoming a signals group, because it's something I don't really want to do. But I do realize with the 4-hour video that I did last week that the beginning is quite hard for some people. So I've got some news potentially coming on its way where I've got one-click installs for the setups that I've got. The 5 indicators that I've got on the coin pairs that I've got will be just one-click setups. I hope that will go through and we'll be able to just click them and set them up very, very easily with the setups that I've got. It gives anybody a start who finds it a bit hard to optimize, and then they can just see that well, I guess seeing is believing. I guess you can see that they do work, and with a bit of work and optimization, you can come up with your own sort of strategy settings, which is cool. Okay, I just noticed that the mic is off here. That one there. Okay, hopefully that'll work then. Okay, if I go now, I've got 2 indicators that I'm releasing today. The Smart Money Index, Smart Money Concepts Indicator, which I've recoded and made a little bit clearer, a little bit cleaner. I've worked on this for quite a long while, trying to make it as good as possible. It was one that I worked on a long time with the group, and kind of lost a bit of enthusiasm when we realized that one of the parts of the indicator repainted. I'll be honest with everybody, I have tried to find settings for a strategy without much success as a bot system. So it's an indicator at the moment. Doesn't mean I have given up. As you can see, I've got this white line here is the fantail indicator that I used in one of my last strategies, and I've been playing around with the fantail, trying to get some good setups with the market structure or breaks and the breaks of structure. Looks promising, but things like order blocks and things like that, I haven't found any automatic setups for bots at the moment, but I will continue trying. In the meantime, I'm just building it as an indicator so that anybody who wants to use it as an indicator can. It's very similar to what the one that I did before is. It's just a little bit cleaner. Of course, you can't close this thing. So you have your shorts and longs. You can set your shorts and longs up. All that does is when the market structural break goes in one way, it will show the fair value gaps or whatever you decided to display. If you're looking for bullish movement only, this is more reaching towards a what do you call it, a strategy. That's why I've added this kind of thing to it, because I still hope to find a strategy settings. We have the general stuff as like before, whether it's a candle, a wick, or a candle close +1. So to confirm our market structural break here, I will very quickly go through how this works, because I don't know if everybody knows. It's pretty popular now. When we first spoke about it, it wasn't particularly as well known, but yeah. So let me find, where is it? We'll go for, here we go. We'll just go for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. We're creating by breaking a local high, a weak high as they call it. We're actually creating these steps here, which once a first break in a bullish direction is displayed on the indicator, we create a market structural break. Now I know that Scope, who's in the group, has got other names for these. This was what I named it at first. I will add the alternative names if you prefer the alternative names. There is market structural break of structure. So the first one that when I first learned this, it was actually market structural break, which is the first break towards a bullish movement or a bearish movement, so it's changing its direction. And then you had your your BOS, which is breaking a weak high. So obviously your strong lows are pushing up to a weak high, which gets broke and creates a break of structure. So this break of structure, but I do realize that there's lots of different courses out there, and some people call these the change of character. When I learned it, the change of character was actually more of a internal structure. Now some people call this one here change of character, and this one here a BOS. Depends where you've learned it from. They're all the same. It all means the same thing, just I guess whatever you're used to. And whatever you've seen and learned as you went along. I believe that ICT does it this way. Meta Kaplan does it this way, I believe, as well. But like I said, depends which way you've learned it. So we have our fair value gaps. Fair value gaps are candles where there's an imbalance. It's these green, and there'll be red boxes if you're looking for something a bit more bearish. If they're green, it means that it's a fair value gap, bullish fair value gap. So what happens here is we create large candles. These large candles have an imbalance because the previous candle wick doesn't meet there's 3 candles, so it's the middle candle, and then you have the current candle, and then you have the previous candle. If the 2 wicks between this large candle don't actually meet, it creates what they call an imbalance. And often, in many cases, if the imbalance is strong enough, the price will come back down and meet it before either continuing that direction or breaking through it and going in reversing. So that's one strategy that can be used. We also have this great big yellow line here, which is the golden pocket, which is used, I believe, very much by Scopes himself. It uses the pivot lines, I believe, between these two here, if I remember rightly. If I remember rightly, it's something like this here, 6185. That will have to come a bit further down, so it would be probably there. I can't remember how this works. If I remember rightly, it's around here anyway. That's roughly, so where would it come off of? Where would it, yeah, that would have come off of this low here and would have hit this high up here. That's right, I believe. There you go. Okay, so this is the golden pocket, which is the Fibonacci pull between the 0.618 and the 0.5. In the documentation you'll find on Scopes pages, you'll be able to see that he often talks about this area here. Often price will come back down to this golden pocket and revisit it as well. All of these are theory and ideas, and a lot of them work. Some of them obviously price doesn't always have to come back down to this to these levels, but they're there for confluence when you have a 618 and a fair value gap overlapping each other, or a order block. These grey blocks up here are order blocks with the volume inside them, bearish and bullish volume inside. They can often visit these areas and either break through them or reverse. I also have added quite a lot of other things here. I've added divergences, because you can either remove the blocks as they get mitigated and things like that. I've added compression zones. Now, compression zones are where you see the candles are a slightly different color here. It's when it's very much like the strategy by Lawson LeBlue, I think it is. Well, it wasn't him. I don't think they actually created it, but where you have a Bollinger Band and you have a Keltner channel. When the price is compressed between inside the Bollinger Band, and the Bollinger Band is inside of the Keltner channel, this creates these compression areas, and is one of my preferred strategies, and it seems to find quite well when we're looking for reversals here. As you can see, we have the candles have gone yellow and pink, meaning that they're compressed, and it breaks out to the upside. So it's just another way of looking at the candles and seeing a potential breakout as they get compressed in a bullish or bearish. Oh, as they get compressed, getting ready to pull the spring, as I think Scope describes it. Builds up the pressure to either break out in a bullish or a bearish mania. So that is that. I have also added the fair value gaps I already spoke about. We have liquidity levels here, which are these green and red lines here. They're areas, highs and lows, where price hasn't revisited them afterwards. We have our strong swing high up here, and the blue line, which is a strong swing low at the bottom. I haven't added the discount and the discount area and the premium area. I will add that back on. I just forgot, to be honest. So I add that back on because that gives you areas which will is literally for reference only. What happens is it gives you your swing high, your swing low, and then puts 3 areas on your screen where you've got it's either your day high, your month high, or swing high, swing low, and then it just divides this area up into 3 areas. You have your middle area, which I guess is neutral, and you have your overbought area and your oversold area. Just helps you to think about when you're taking your positions, whether you're in an area which could potentially be overbought or premium or oversold. Yep. Keep going down here very quickly. Hopefully I'm not running out too much of time here. And then I have added the VWAP. The VWAP I like a lot, and I know that a lot of bigger traders use it quite a lot when discussing with them. I've added the VWAP just as compliments here. Like I said, I have seen when backtesting a couple of indicators that do potentially make things slightly better, better. One is VWAP, the other one is the the range filter. I found that the range filter also gave me some good setups as well. This one here, if you set the date to today's date here, so we're going to go 4 and we're the 13th. We'll go for the 12th, that'll do. As you can see, it has put this white line on here. Now you can pull this to a area on your chart, either a pivot low, pivot high, and it will add the VWAP on there for you. It's just about to load. Add you the anchored VWAP, which is this purple line here. I find that it's quite good for, like I said, a bit of a support and resistance. It's a volume weighted average, average price, sorry. So that gives you this purple line here. Generally, when you're above or below the anchored VWAP, you can see where the price is going to reverse. Obviously, this wick didn't, but well, potentially at the moment it hasn't, but it's quite good confluence as far as I'm concerned. Going to keep going down here. Now, some of these things are ideas. They're not baked in the concrete. Like I said, they're ideas of things that I've thought of as I've been going along whilst building this indicator. Added things like we have the candles. We have some candle patterns here. Now, if I put the candle patterns on here and then I put the ABC, where is the ABC? Where did I put the ABC indicator? ABC, where are you? Where is my ABC? There we go. If I put the ABC patterns on here with these, yeah, it seems like these ABCs here, when hitting a hammer or having the hammer here like this and like this, seem to be very good entry points for before market reverses. So this is the ABC pattern. Johnny talks a lot about it inside of our group. It works like this. You can see it anyway. It's very well written on there. You have A, B, C. So we go from a high to a low to a lower high than this one up here, and then we go to another low, price reverse, and comes back above this white line. Can be potentially a good entry, especially what I've learned in the past is it seems to be quite a good entry for leverage trading. It's one of my preferred manual trading systems myself. I've had a couple of decent entries since the beginning of my algo trading experiences with this. But so the hammer seems to be a good confluence, as you can see, for the ABC pattern just there. Okay, so that gives you a couple of good entries on there. We have obviously a fake here, but you wouldn't have got in anyway because it doesn't come back down and retest this red line and turn it into a white line. It just literally goes up, so that would have been a no-go. There is nope, that wouldn't have been an ABC there. That's fine. So potentially what I was looking at is these patterns here to try and code them as well, because potentially ABCs could be just like liquidity grabs or Wyckoff patterns. This could be something that could potentially happen. We could have here going down into a fair value gap, and we could be looking for an entry here, or even potentially an entry over here. Or if it's going to reverse in the other way around, we could be looking for a entry. I'm not going to go all the way to the bottom of my screen, but up here, this one here, we could be looking for a short to work from there as liquidity is grabbed out of the market, bullish or bearish, very much like this pattern here. And I'm trying to get it so it detects this last bit of the liquidity grab here, so we can get some entries there. Added that, so that will detect the ABC. If an ABC is made here for either bullish or bearish, it will detect it and alert you on the screen for that entry. As I keep going down here, I have added, like I said, the swing high, swing low. I will add the other discount values here as well, and then I've just added the highs, lows of the day, the month and the week, just for reference. So that is pretty much the update for the smart money concepts. It does work on multi-time frame, I didn't say. So if you have order blocks. This was by another guy who helped me code this because I had a problem doing the multi-time frames on it. You can use the liquidity levels and multi-time frames, or you can add multi-time frames for the order blocks. I would ask him also to do the multi-time frames for the fair value gaps. Didn't get around to that bit, but they're just updates for the future. So his name's JP. He helped me code these. Guy from the guy that's just helped me build the multi-time frame. So thank you very much to him for his help. So that is the update for the smart money. Like I said, it's mainly just made it tidier, made it a bit easier to read. I do know that there is other indicators out there now for smart money. When we started building it, there wasn't any others, and there was, but they weren't all together. But I just hope that this one will be good for you guys and give you some great entries. Any questions about the smart money indicator? Okay, cool. Right, I will move on to the next one. That is that'll be on the website this afternoon for everybody. Yes. Oh. Sorry. Currently, there's 2 time frames on it. The current and another time frame. I haven't had enough time to add more time frames this morning, Marco, but I will add more time frames if needed. No problem. It's very simple as just adding those boxes. The only thing I have to be very careful with is the amount of boxes that are displayed on the screen, because as you know, we're limited to the number of boxes on the screen. So that's the only thing, but I certainly can. Yes.